All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Joe Does Stuff. That's right, folks. I got to film this video like this because I need to, well, one, I need to get a video. Two, I apologize for the delay. Three, it's not because I hadn't been filming. The world? I'd filmed a whole bunch of stuff for Joe Does Stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to run with it. So here we are doing this video right here. First of all, let me say I've missed you guys. And it's not always easy trying to maintain two YouTube channels, try to do work at the Flip House, and also do the landscape stuff. But that's no excuse at all. Like I said, I've done quite a bit of filming. The issue is I'll start filming and I'll never finish. So I could put together a compilation video of a whole bunch of intros, but that would just really be a waste of time. And it's always been my mission here on Joe Does Stuff to not be uploading just any old stuff. I want to upload good videos for this channel. I really like this channel a lot. This channel is really very important to me. So let me start by saying that. I'm going to give you guys some updates, like what the hell has been going on? Why haven't there been any videos? Well, I've tried to explain that right there, but let me give you guys some updates. And I want to start with the fact, I want to start with a little story. I actually have a couple of stories that I'd like to be able to share with you. And I think that that's something I'm going to try to start incorporating here on this channel. Some story times. Oh shit, it's just Joe talking about stuff. I do apologize for that. It won't be all the time. But I do hope that if I share these stories with you guys, you might find them to be enjoyable. And I don't know how this first story is going to be in relation to enjoyable. Maybe you find it interesting might be a better choice of words. So here's the deal. What has been going on? We've been doing a lot of work. Well, we've been trying to do a lot of work. Work has been very slow over at the Flip House. So there hasn't really been a whole hell of a lot to report in relation to that. And that's for a number of reasons. We're really trying to figure out we're really trying to get a lot of things squared away over there before we can really start diving into the work. So there's that. And then I'm short-handed, so it's not like I could even do any real work if I wanted to all the time because I rarely have help. Damon's got a full-time job. I'm guessing that Drunk Man has full-time work because he reached out to me recently and said, hey, he was going to be available, and then I haven't heard from him. So there was that. So I'm happy to know that these guys have work, but I need help too. And I can't, be mad at the fact that I don't have these guys because I can't keep them busy all the time. So I'm going to be the one that has to wear the burden of, not having help when I really need it sometimes. But it's with the fact that I've been shorthanded that I've tried. Well, I just recently tried to find some new help. And the way that I went about doing that was I put an ad on Craigslist looking for a helper, a construction helper. And when I put that ad up there, I got a whole bunch of people reaching out to me saying that they had 25 years of experience, no tools, but they wanted $25 an hour. And I was like, that is never going to happen. So I never got anybody from that ad. So I put another ad on Craigslist saying construction laborer. And there would be not very many people who reached out to me because I was only willing to pay $12 an hour. I figured if you work a 10-hour day, that's $120 a day. An 8-hour day, that's $96. Just hear me out on this. Damn, Joe, you ain't paying nothing. A construction laborer, I expect you to not know anything. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy that's basically going to sweep floors for me. I didn't do this because I didn't want to pay somebody, but I didn't want to be paying somebody who claimed they had all this experience, and really, that's not what I need them for. I need a guy who can hey, yo, can you get me this? Can you grab me that? Can you go grab the brick stretcher out of the truck? That's what I was looking for. And I was hoping to find a young guy with limited experience, but willing to learn. That was my ideal candidate, and we're talking about Craigslist, for God's sake. This is not Angie's List. This is not Indeed. This is not Monster.com, like one of those career builder websites. Craigslist. God, I look purple. There's a light right over here that's purple. I wonder if I change the color. Will I change colors? I changed to red. I changed to green. That lighting looks a little bit better. It's blue, really blue. That was the ideal candidate that I was looking for. And folks, believe it or not, I would strike. Strike lightning, as it's referred to. That means you succeeded. So I would get a response to the ad from a young guy, and he was looking for work. And, I would say, hey, look, let's have a phone call. I got to judge everything based on the phone call. And when I had the phone call with him, I was a little apprehensive because I guess when I get on a phone call with somebody who's looking for work, I expect them to be like eager to work, right? Hey, man, I'm ready to go. Don't sound like, you might have a drug problem. This guy didn't sound like that. Maybe he sounded like he smoked a little bit, but he didn't sound too energetic. And he didn't sound too stoned out of his mind. You know what I mean? So at least I had that much going for me, but I didn't know necessarily whether or not this was going to work out, pan out, or this guy was even going to show up. But I said, hey, look, let's give it a shot. And that's where we would begin from. Now, it's crazy because as soon as I get off the phone with this guy, I would get a call or a message from a former guest of After Prison Show who does not want to be in videos anymore. They want their privacy respected, and I respect that. This is a person that we never had any drama with. This is a person who was pretty much a good success and a good story on After Prison Show. And I'm not going to go any further with that. But this person would reach out and they wanted some work, and I wanted to be able to put them to work. But I had just had this phone call with this young guy. So I had the young guy and I had the former guest, and they were supposed to both meet me the very next day. Well, then there would be a third person who would reach out to me, and this would be another former guest. But we'll get to that in just a moment. It was just crazy. Like when you don't have help and you need help, sometimes you can end up with way too much help, right? Or maybe you get a bunch of help that you don't really want. Or let me just continue with this. So the next day would roll around. I'm getting ready to go get my day started. I want to get over to the flip house first thing because I've got this new guy. He's supposed to be meeting me over there. And sure enough, this dude is not only on time, but he's 5 minutes early. And I really, really rock with that. Dude doesn't drive, but he's got a ride. And he gets over there 5 minutes early. You are already winning in my book. Dude gets out, young guy, doesn't know much, ready to work, seeming ready to learn, addressing me as sir all day. I'm like, yo, stay, whoa, pump the brakes. You ain't got to call me sir. I'm Joe. I'm no better than you. I hired you as a laborer, but I'm never even going to treat you like a laborer. Like, that's what I'm telling this dude. I'm saying, yo, I want to teach you everything that I know because I've been a laborer my whole life and that's all I ever was treated like, yada, yada. Yo, we get off to a really awesome start. First day was fantastic. This dude worked his ass off. Well, the next day, it's landscaping day, and we're going to, keep working on the flip house a little bit. Like I said, we don't got a whole hell of a lot going on over there, but we're trying to get some things going. So, the next day is a little bit different. Now, mind you, real quick, that evening I would get a message from another former guest of After Prison Show on Craigslist. They don't know that it's me. And this was a person who, I hate to say this, I didn't really want to put this person to work. I knew that this person had worked in the past, not with me, but with Jellico, and that they didn't really pan out with him. I knew that they had a drug problem. I'm not going to put this person out there who it is. I knew that I didn't really feel comfortable having this person working. However, I hadn't heard from this person in forever, and I thought maybe it might be a good opportunity to try to get an update with this guy. Maybe he's changed his life around. Who the hell knows? But I never reached out, and there was that. That's still kind of on the back burner, whether or not I do anything with that. Maybe we'll see. I'm not going to put that person out there either. Anyways, day number 2 rolls around, and I've got Damon this day, right? I've got Damon, and I've got new guy number 4 is who we're going to refer to this dude as. This is day number 2. It's landscape day. And day number 2 is totally different than day number 1. And one thing that I forgot to mention about day number 1, not only did I tell this guy I'm never going to treat you as a laborer, I'm going to teach you everything that I know. You don't got to call me sir, like I'm trying to be super cool with this dude. I also told him, I was like, yo, man, anybody. I mean, the way work is right now and the way employers are desperate for employees, anybody would be grateful to have somebody as hardworking as you. I mean, I talked this dude up so much. And by the end of the day, like I said, 12 times 10 is $120. $12 an hour times 10, that's $120, right? Well, 12 times 8 was only $96, okay? So I gave the dude $100 for the day, 8 hours. This dude was trying to give me back $4. I was like, yo, man, you ain't got to do that. And I also told him on the first day, I was like, yo, if you show me something, I'm going to take care of you. Because there's going to be days when we don't work. No 8 or definitely no 10-hour days. I'm going to pay you $120. So that $12 could quickly become $15 or $16 a day. Well, $15 a day for sure. I mean, $15 an hour for sure. Day number 2 rolls around. It's Damon, me, new guy number 4. So it's landscape day. We got to go pick up all the equipment. We're going out to the landscape job. I got 2 people helping me on this gig. I'm like, yo, we're going to get this thing done so fast. So we're riding out there, and dude is kind of like, he's off in his own little world in the back of the truck, like not really, he ain't talking. He's kind of seeming a little mopey. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe dude's depressed or something. Like, I don't know this dude from Adam. I'm going to leave it with that. So we get out to the landscape job, and I'm ready to rock and roll. We get all the logs done. We are officially done with all of the logs. I got Damon cutting logs. I got Damon showing the new guy, number 4, how to run the weed eater. And he says he's weed eated before, and he's starting to weed eat, and he's going extra slow with the weed eater. And no big deal. I'm not tripping on that because dude's new. Okay, he's able-bodied as hell. He'll pick it up. He'll he'll learn it. Now, he was wearing shorts out there as well. Let me mention that too. And long story short, Damon would get done cutting the logs. He would end up getting the weed whacker from the dude, and he would take over weed eating, and dude would be just picking up the yard. That's all he was doing, for real. We left, and he said, hey, look, I guess I was going too slow with the weed eater because you came and took the weed eater. And I said, yeah, you were going slow. You were going slow. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but there's no big deal with that. I said, because you don't know. And, you'll pick it up eventually. It's not that much. We do that once a week. It's not that, it's a pretty easy gig. And now that the logs are done, we'll get out of there even faster. With the 2 extra helpers that I had, we were done with that job in about 3 hours. Maybe even a little bit less than 3 hours. I think it was like 2 hours and 40 minutes to be precise. But there was no issue talking about him being slow with the weed eater. Or at least maybe I didn't see one. Maybe there was. I don't know. But anyways, we get over to the flip house, and the only thing that I've got him doing is pulling up nails from and staples from where we pulled up the carpet upstairs, right? So he's just pulling up the nails and the staples, and he's doing it by hand with a pair of pliers and a screwdriver at first. Well, we got this long scraper tool, like a big long, it almost looks like a hoe, a flattened out hoe. I kept telling him, use that. He finally used that, made it a hell of a lot easier for him. Day number 2 wasn't bad neither, right? We got a little bit less productivity out of the new guy, number 4, the young guy, and a little bit more mopiness and a little bit of complaining. I even think I heard him say something along the lines of, I'd have never bought this house. And if he did say that, that definitely would have struck me the wrong way. I think I heard him say that, but I'm not too for certain. I don't know why he would say that. That's pretty, crazy. But anyways, day number 3 rolls around. I'm running a little bit late. I have to text the kid. I said, hey, look, I'm running a little late. I got to pick up some materials. I'll be over there. I'll be there at 8:15. I've got a meeting me at the house at 8 o'clock. So he messages me back immediately, and he's like, hey, can you bring some bug spray? I've been getting ate up by bugs. And I'm like, all right. So I call my wife. I have her bring the bug spray. We get over to the house. It's Damon and I. Again, I got Damon this day too. And the new dude, he's just sitting in the vehicle right beside the house. He's there. He's waiting on us. And I don't think anything about this. Don't think anything about it at all. So we go inside the house and we start working. I'm just assuming he's going to come in there and start working with us. There was no attitudes about anything. And I was waiting on my wife to get over there with the bug spray. And sure as shit, like 10 minutes later, the kid still ain't came inside. I said kid, he was 26-year-old and aspiring rapper. Like I told him I did videos. I should have never told him I did videos. Like one thing that I try to do is I never try to let people know who I am. But because he was this aspiring rapper, he's showing me videos that he's got on YouTube. I was like, yo, that's pretty cool, man. Good deal, man. Who knows? Maybe I could have helped promote him or something. Even when I told him I did videos, I showed him the ramen soup rap video. Like he was just not impressed with that. Not impressed. Not impressed with the 1.3 million subscribers. Not impressed with the 100,000+ views that rap video had. I thought that would have been like a connecting point for him and I. Not at all. Wasn't even fazed by it. That was a first. Never had anybody not be blown away. And don't be blown away because I'm somebody. I'm nobody. But just be blown away by the fact that, yo, maybe I got a little leverage with what you're trying to do. Didn't even register. Not even on the radar. But anyways, day number 3, we're in the house working. About 10 minutes go by. I text the guy. I'm like, hey, man, we're inside working. And Damon was like, yo, you want me to go out there and get him? And I was like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, go get him. So Damon goes outside, and I hear the guy just, complaining about the bugs. Yeah, man, I was getting bitten up by the bugs, this and that. And Damon was like, well, yeah, there's bugs out here for sure. There's mosquitoes galore out there. And then we were on the landscape job, and you didn't have no pants on. You had shorts on. I mentioned wearing shorts doing construction work. I just said that recently. I said that was weird. Ironic as AF how all this is about to go down. So the next thing I know, I'm not really paying attention to the conversation between Damon and him. The next thing I know, Damon comes inside. He was like, hey, yo, dude left. Dude left? What you mean dude left? He was like, yo, he just got in the car and he bounced. And I was like, all right. Well, I guess that was it then. No text message, no, hey, hey, I'm sorry, this ain't for me, forget these mosquitoes. No, nothing. And I ain't mad about this at all because first and foremost, I've been this young guy. I've done this probably a time or two myself. Working a job that you feel is a worthless job. And I didn't want that to be how this kid viewed this. I wanted to be able to teach this kid. Oh, Joe, you were paying him $12 an hour. No, nobody's going to work for that. Here in the state of Virginia, $12 an hour starting out as a laborer is not a bad wage, especially working for a guy like me. I'm going to work my ass off right beside you. If I've got you working hard, I'm working hard right beside you. And then on top of that, like I had mentioned on day number 1, I said, yo, show me something and I'll take care of you. At the end of day number 2, remember we did landscape and we came back and he was pulling up staples. I tried to give the kid $120. We had only worked till 3 o'clock. So that was only 7 hours. And really the first hour was riding in the truck out to the landscape job. So really 6 hours. I tried to give the kid $120. Do you know this kid tried to give me back the 20? Nah, man, hey, I'm good. How you going to be looking for work on Craigslist? I'm giving you extra money and you're going to hand me back the 20. I took that 20. I wasn't going to argue with him. The first day he was trying to give me back $4. No, man, you ain't got to give me that. This time he's trying to give me back the 20. Oh, and one other thing to mention. All that non-perishable food that we had over there, I gave it to him. He wanted it. He was like, yo, I'll take that. I hadn't had a time to get it to a church. So I gave it to him. He came back the second day and was like, yo, thank you so much for that. I went through all of that food. All of it was good, not open, no, nothing expired. But anyways, I had a guy work with me for 2 days. I think that's the shortest that I've ever had a guy work with me. And it's not to make fun of him or anything like that. That's not what this is about. He was a hard worker for the first day. He was not a hard worker for the second day. And by the third day, he quit. It was just so quick it was so interesting how fast all of that deteriorated. And like I said, in the past, I had been the same way. You might not even realize you got an opportunity. Or maybe you just hate it so much that you don't even see it. But neither here nor there. Just crazy how all of that went down. And that's just one of a few different things. But yeah, I wanted to share that story with you guys. And also let you know that there's definitely going to be videos coming back to Joe Does Stuff. Sometimes I just get a little too tied up trying to work, trying to find help, trying to get a lot of different things done that something's going to suffer. Whether it's After Prison Show or whether it's the Flip House or whether it's Joe Does Stuff. Unfortunately, sometimes something is going to suffer. And I do apologize that it's been over here, but I'm looking forward to trying to get back on track over here as well. Hey, look, you guys let me know what you thought about this. Did I do something wrong? Was it me, as so many would usually say that it is? I don't feel like it was. I just feel like it just wasn't a right situation, and it's sad that it's like that sometimes. But again, let me know what you guys think, and I'll look forward to talking with you again real soon.